calico, darling. We don't throw kitty.
Oh, yeah, no. My husband sent me a video the other day. We have 2 cats. We had 3, but I lost one. That's a story for another time. But hold on, let me silence this once it goes live on YouTube before I hear echoes. And
He's a calico, darling. We don't throw kitty.
Okay. Alrighty. So I ended up losing 1 cat, but that's another story for another time. Alrighty. So, but we love kittens. We love kittens. We love animals. We have a petting zoo here, which is why I need Scentsy in my life. Alrighty, so today we are gonna go through, usually it's a little bit more formal, but because this week I am like super slammed with all the other things that I'm doing, I didn't have time to prepare, but I do have stuff that we're gonna go off of. So if I can I get this to minimize? Maybe not. Okay, so I wanted to go over annual sales and annual mentor today. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And okay, Google Chrome, share. All right, so you should be able to see my Google Chrome from here. This might be a little bit, nope, we want it hard to read. But if you look at this, this is when you first join Scentsy, this is what you get, right, in your box. And this is your consultant guide. Let me move this box over. This is your consultant guide. And so this is very important for everybody to read because it has a lot of really good information and it talks about some of the different incentives that's always constantly happening. And so Scentsy has lots of incentives and everything. So there's perks to selling Scentsy based off of the commissions. There's perks to recruiting teamies based off of your promotion potential and commission. And then there's perks to just hitting certain goals because you get extra incentives on top of that. So when you're brand new, you know, there's shooting star and there's also sensational start levels 1, 2, and 3. Rude. Sorry, that is my husband's temperamental scarlet macaw and he's banging his toy. Siren. Seriously. He's so rude. Okay. You should hear him
to your husband.
Yes.
Not his bird.
He screams like a damsel in distress. And so when somebody is at the front door, he likes to scream, a delivery man or somebody. And so it always sounds like we have somebody tied against their will in our loft because he's screaming like, ah! Like it just,
I bet Halloween's the best time around your place.
So, okay. So there's lots of different incentives and perks and everything, which is why this is great to read through. So I always tell everybody, make sure you read it through and really understand what the different benefits are. But what we're going to focus on today is annual sales and annual mentor, which is on page 8 of this. So here's your shooting star. There's your sensational start level 1. There's money on the table here, which is why I always say, make sure you hit those numbers. And so because Jalissa and Jennifer, you're both still in the 70-day window, I just wanted to mention that. And then I've had quite a few teamies and then Lizzie, you as well, with joining under us over the last couple of months who are still in this window. So there's money on the table. Don't leave it, you know, make sure you try to hit those goals as best as you can. And so understand what those are. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me separately. Now he's talking. Okay, so sales award. We'll start up here with the, where's my little gray thing? Okay, we'll start here. If I can zoom. Can I zoom? Okay, well, let me try it this way. Okay, that'll work. So here's a sales award. Every time you hit $2,000 in sales, you get an additional. Can y'all hold just a sec? Can you come get your bird? He's being a brat. Thank you. Okay. So for every month, if you hit $2,000 in sales, 2,000 PRV in sales that month, you get a 5% bonus on top of your current PRV for that month. So this is why it's always beneficial to hit it. And on top of that, if you're hitting 2,000, you are so close to hitting annual sales award too. So that's what we're going to get into next. When it comes to annual sales, where's that written at? Let's see, is it down here? Maybe it's up here. I'm trying to see where it is. So I see the sales award. Okay, it's written in the sales award section. So that second bullet.
It's the bottom part.
No, I think it's here. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, the bottom part of that. You're right. Okay, so zoom a little bit more. And here within the sales, this 4th star bullet point, the annual sales excellent award goes to all consultants who achieve 30,000 PRV or more each year. So it comes out to be $1,000 bonus and a trophy. This time period is from May 1st, which just opened, that window just opened, to April 30th. So it's beneficial to hit this. I have yet to hit this because my PRVs aren't consistently that high, but our director Courtney hits it. Our SSD, well, I'm not sure about Jessica, but our SSD, our former SSD Chloe hit it as well all the time. So if you break it down, 30,000 PRV in a year's time frame is about 2,500 PRVs a month. So if you can hit 2,500 PRV, you're getting that 5% bonus, and you're going to hit that annual sales, which is an additional $1,000 bonus that year, plus a nice little trophy that goes with it. Any questions there? It's pretty straightforward. You know, you may have some months where it's like 2,000 here and then 4,000 there, and that's okay as long as it adds up to be 30,000 at the end.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, the cash is awesome and everything, but I just want the stinking trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
just want that trophy.
Yep. Those trophies are everything.
I'm serious. Like, I just want to be like, I'd like to thank the Academy.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, girl, be like, yes, I'm famous. Look at me, I have the trophy.
Right. I got the trophy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Lizzie's over here like, I'm not speaking to y'all.
I'm so tired. Sorry. It's like I just didn't finish my final exam for college. I'm like dead.
Oh, good. Lizzie, I'm taking mine next week, girl, and I'm scared.
Yeah, my son just did all his finals last week. So
wow. My son's in a quarter system over in California. The UC colleges are quarters, and so they have 3 quarters instead of 2 semesters. And so he just finished midterms a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and now so he's like 3/4 of the way into the quarter, so he'll be done soon. It's weird.
That's a lot of quarters.
It is. It's 3 quarters, but each class is 4 credits, and so he only has to take 3 classes
Gotcha.
in order to be full time each quarter.
Yeah.
It's
Declan,
awesome.
I think Declan has to take 4 per semester for the same credit system or credit value.
Yeah.
So sorry, you guys. Declan's my oldest. I have 3 kids. So yeah. Yay.
All right. Okay. So sponsor of the month.
Yes.
I have not seen or heard anybody within even our anchored in umbrella under Chloe Cox. I haven't heard anybody who has hit sponsor of the month yet. So I have no idea what it takes. But, or not what it takes. I mean, I can read what it takes, but I don't know who's done it because it just sounds like something that exists, but I've never heard of anybody who's gotten it. So that's kind of unusual, but it's basically the top consultant in each title and country for the first time active personal enrollments in 1 month. A minimum of 3 new recruits each to earn 200 PRV is required. I mean, I felt like I hit it, you know, like, but I don't know what it takes. Like, is it the top of everybody? If I'm recruiting 9 people and half or 5 of those people have hit certified or even hit active that month, I don't understand.
Oh, you know what? Though it says in each title and country.
Yeah.
So
okay.
you might be competing against other people in other countries.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So like I'm competing against all superstar consultants
in this country.
In this, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that trophy?
It's a lot of people.
Girl, you better start rounding them up when they're born.
Yeah. Start training them really early.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. You know what? You're off the bottle. Let's go. Come on, make me some money.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Okay. So annual mentor award. So this is again the same time period as the annual sales. It's from May 1st to April 30th, which is we just started last week. And basically you need to personally enroll 14 or more new consultants, which in that time frame, I enrolled like 40 in that time frame. However, each of those consultants need to hit certified. And Jennifer, you were my second to last one. You were number 13 for me. I was like bullets with number 14. And I was just like, we are down to the wire. Jennifer knows because she was part of it, but I threw everybody who was like this close to hitting certified, Lizzie, into a group. And I was like, all right, every single day, what are you guys doing? Here's your challenge every single day. I was like, let's go. Jennifer was the only one that like understood the assignment. And then the other ones were kind of like just not really like engaging. So I really had to push the very last one to do it. But she ended up doing it, which was awesome. But yeah, so that was really hard. What I'm going to do this year differently is front load. So last year I didn't push as hard. People joined and I kind of was like, okay, do what you're doing. But I understand the importance of getting them to certified quickly so that they can hurry up and move on to working with recruiting people and finding new teamies under them and then really growing from there. I'm not sure what the secret sauce is yet, but I know that getting people to certified is very helpful. And I think that's really important. And then from there, it depends on their own internal like motivation to move on, which is where we struggle with. Like I struggle with where people go from there. It's not that like Lizzie in your case with you have teamies under you, but it's difficult to get those teamies motivated, right? So like out of my right now 45 teamies, the highest month I've ever had number of people active was, I think I had 15 people active under me. So 15 out of 45, like there's 30 people who just aren't interested. And so maybe they joined just for the discount and never came back. So that's really hard. So it's like 1 out of 4, I feel like really puts in the work. So yeah, it is what it is, but it's basically enrolling as many people as possible, but having at least 14 of those people in that time frame hit certified. And that will earn you the annual mentor award. So you get a trophy and then a $25 bonus for every certified consultant. So everybody that hits it. So 25 times 14, I did the math to see how important it was like $350. And then another $50 bonus for anybody in that time frame that hit lead consultant or higher. So anybody who continued to promote in that time frame, I get an additional $50 for each promotion that happened. So yeah. So that is.
What are we getting out of that? I'm just messing with you.
A big old thank you and a
right?
hug.
Like,
you guys.
Up.
Yeah.
You get 2 thumbs.
You get personal bragging rights for hitting those milestones because it's not easy. I still have people who joined a year ago that haven't hit certified yet. So it really is a big deal. I'm having 5 people fall off of my list this month because they haven't been active for at least a year. And so one of them was like, I sent a message to each one of them. One of them was like, well, I thought I was already kicked out. And I'm like, well, you've been getting emails and messages from me. How are you? I don't get it. She was like, I thought I was already kicked out when I didn't get it in 3 months. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no, like I just didn't like.
See, that's the company I left.
Okay.
That does that. If you don't pull in, and I won't say which company, you know what I'm talking about. Right. If you don't bring in this many dollars every 3 months, you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well, I will tell you, Scentsy during its normal time frame before COVID was every 4th month. You have to get active. So you have to get in $200 in a 1-month period, at least every 4th month. So if you get active in January, you won't have to get active again until April. But if you get active every month, that's perfect. That's what you want to do for your business.
Hell, that's laundry detergent every month, for God's sake. I mean,
exactly. I am my own customer. Yeah. I buy.
Girl, I got a family of 5 late.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, I have a family of 4. Goddamn. Like, cool.
So yeah, there's definitely like, it's easy for me to keep myself active just from purchasing the things that I use around the house. So I don't understand other people who aren't able to do that. Maybe they're not as passionate about Scentsy as I am, but that's, why'd you start? But I don't pick on anybody. If you do it for the discount and you only want to purchase once a year, that's totally fine too. But just know this is what happens when you're inactive for an extended period. Mm-hmm. So the whole like concept behind sponsorship and why it's important is because in Scentsy, in order to be successful, you want to make sure you're not only selling and earning those commissions from your sales, but also growing your team. So as you grow your team, you start to promote and you start to reap the benefits from the compensation of promoting. So that is why becoming a sponsor is really important. There are some people who joined under me who were like, I'm not interested in sponsoring. I've done that with other companies. That's just not for me. Like it takes up too much of my time. I just want to do this because I love the products. And if I can sell, I can sell, and then those individuals have done gone to do really well in sales and just had zero interest in recruiting. And then like 6, 7, 8 months down the road, their life changes a little bit, you know, their job situation, their family situation changes, and they do need to rely on Scentsy a little bit more for the income. And that's when they started picking up on the recruiting part. And so, and that's fine, you know, because when you're ready, you'll come back with a completely different perspective and just do it and you know, do it well. So just because some people come in with the mentality of I'm never going to bring teamies on board, you know, that's okay, but at some point they might change that perspective, and I am here with open doors for them. And so same thing for you guys. If you guys meet anybody who's like that, you know, I am very fortunate in the sense that Courtney, my director, has never, she's my sponsor, she has never said, Jasmine, you need to grow your team, you need to grow your team. And so she's always just like, she knew from the very beginning, like she and I have known each other for a couple of years. Pre-Scentsy, our daughters cheered together. And so we were friends before all of that. And then she started selling Scentsy. I saw what she was doing and I was like, oh my God, I love what she's doing. She's having so much fun. Look at that. You know, like she gets really creative with her packages. And so I was like, I want to do that. But then I'm like, but let me just do it for the discount. So I did it for the discount. And then I ended up enjoying it. And then I ended up learning about the earning potential and the 7-figure income, 6 to 7-figure income that people are making. And I was just like, okay, and insert income disclosure statement here. But this is when I was just like, okay, there's way more potential to Scentsy than I realized. And I gave it credit for. So that's when I was just like, all right, I'm definitely going in like as hard as I can. My PRVs consistently stay somewhere around like 1,500 to 2,000. Sometimes it's a little over 2,000. My best PRV month ever was 2,800 PRV right before Christmas 2 years ago, I think. So, and that's my personal best. But then you have people like Courtney who sells 8,000, 9,000 a month. Like one month, I think she hit 10. I think her personal goal was to like exceed 10,000.
I need to ask her what color lipstick she wears when she kisses people's asses to get paid. But I feel like I don't know her like that yet.
Okay.
Because she wouldn't take it as a joke. But no, that's when I think when you and I first talked, I had zero intention of selling or recruiting or anything. Because I was y'all, Lizzie and is it Jaleesa?
Yeah, it's Jaleesa.
Okay, Jaleesa. You guys probably don't know anything about me. I know I don't know anything about you. But I actually came directly to Scentsy from another direct sales company. And I was so burned. The first thing I told Jasmine was like, look, okay, I pretty much hate life right now. I hate direct sales, but I love Scentsy and I can't afford to do it like full price. I am not selling it. I'm not recruiting anybody. Leave me alone. And she was like, all right, girl, I got you. Cool. And here I am certified. And I joined March 12th, I think.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's honestly, from my point of view, it's like something clicks for you. Mm-hmm. And you either you love it or you hate it. It's one way or the other. But something just comes up and lights a fire under your butt when your butt needs to be fired upon. Which sounds really strange now that I say that out loud. You know what? I'm just going to go back to my chicken, yo.
Yeah. No worries. Yeah. It's crazy because that was my intention was, you know, so Courtney knew I had other businesses before this, very, very successful businesses, not direct sales. They were started from the ground up. And I'm just like, you know, how do I go from being a business owner and being known in like a very specific industry for what I do and having models left and right because, you know, that's what I did. And then suddenly out of nowhere, I'm doing Scentsy. And so for me, it was kind of like a sense of like, I just took like 10 steps backwards from where, you know, my, like in my head, my ego was telling me like, I'm taking 10 steps backwards. But then I joined Scentsy, not realizing I was going to get any benefits out of it other than a discount. And I ended up just loving the community. And I will tell people over and over again, I have learned so much as a leader in Scentsy than I ever did as a nurse leader in my professional career. You know, and I have been in nursing leadership for over 10 years, and I have learned so much more through Scentsy people about how to lead your team, about how to motivate them, about how to keep them on track, about how to use, you know, build relationship and rapport with these people that has made me a stronger leader as a nurse. And so it's just like, it's crazy what I've learned. And it's all because Scentsy is a good, humble, like it's a wholesome company for me. Like I don't feel the same bad energy that I see everywhere else, you know, and I've done one direct sales before a long time ago. I think I bought the kit and then that was like the end of it for me. Like I'd never done anything. I just couldn't do it. I was like, I'm not this type of person. I can't go out and do that. But Scentsy just came so natural. All I did was share it with my friends, made some samples, and then people just like purchased it like crazy. And it just happened overnight. So never would I have imagined. Also, on top of that, making a YouTube, and then every single one of you here now, and about 95% of my entire team were all from YouTube. Not a single one of you know me outside of here. We have never met face to face.
No.
You know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Like, when I saw your YouTube video, Jasmine, I was like, oh my God, I like this girl. I need to join Scentsy because she's like, yes.
That's awesome. And you know what? And it's that energy that like, you never know who's going to click with you. Lizzie, you found your first social media recruit, you know, like somebody found, why don't you tell your story?
So on TikTok, I've actually had 10 people message me in the last week on TikTok about people joining. And they haven't, once I tell them a few things, a lot of them stray away, but I have 3 people I've been chatting with recently. One joined, I think she found me under YouTube and Instagram. She kept looking at my page, which I did for you, Jasmine. And then she started talking to me and she has joined. And I have, I think 2 or 3 that's talking to me right now too. So they're definitely, it's right now, it's my TikTok that they're seeing. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you never know. People are watching you. And if you have the right energy, or if you clicked with them because, you know, you're a single mom and they're a single mom and they can relate to that, or you're a military wife and they're a military wife, so they relate to that. In one case, and I'm not going to give specific because this person is still active in the team, she recruited somebody from a domestic violence group. She was a domestic violence survivor. And within that group, when somebody had voiced, I need to do something for myself, but I'm, you know, I don't know what to do. I don't know this. So she like, they were already like friends. They had a relationship from that group. And she was able to bring somebody on board who was a domestic violence survivor. So
Samantha, my recent teamie, she's a college student as well. I'm pretty sure she's about the same age as me.
Yeah. So it's crazy. So you never know who's watching. Just continue doing what you're doing. If you feel like nobody's watching, you have no views, you have no likes, you have none of those, just keep doing it. Like I didn't realize anybody was watching me until my video somehow went viral. And then now it's like almost 7,000 views on that video. And I'm still getting people contacting me from that one video that I did a year ago, over a year ago. It was December of last year. So the thing about YouTube and the thing about social media is that it's evergreen. So Pinterest is the same way. If you can get yourself on Pinterest, some people do really, really well on Pinterest. You just have to find where your niche is. YouTube, you do? Oh, you're going to have to tell us. You're going to have to spill the beans after you finish chewing. But on Pinterest, the same thing. They're called evergreen, which means once you post it, it's there for life. And somebody's going to find it by putting the right keywords in. And so even though my video was almost a year and a half old, I've made a new video since then with the exact same title, and it still is like, I think under 200 views, but that one video keeps going crazy. And then if people see that video, they look at my other videos and then they kind of see I'm still current, I'm still active, and boom, you know, they contact me. So just like each one of you did. But go ahead, Pinterest. I want to know.
Oh, well, I want to back up really quick and say the video of yours that's kind of sucked me in. I love the title, and don't be offended when I say this because I don't mean any offense by it, but it was such clickbait. The title itself was such great clickbait that it was like, oh, I'm sucked in. And then I just rabbit hole, just like you just said.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to meet this woman. But as far as Pinterest for me, now, mind you, I have like 150 boards and there are subset boards within each board. We all know how Pinterest works, so I'm not going to get into all that, but you can go to free. There's a, if I can remember the link, I'll post it for you guys. There's a spot where you can get free SEO optimization keywords. Okay. And what it'll do is it will scan your entire post and give you SEO keywords to use. And so every time I do a pin, it's either from my Facebook page or directly from my website. I will post that and then throw in the SEO keywords and links. And I can't tell you how many times I've gotten hits and customers and orders just from that. And I mean, and now I very much believe in handwritten thank you notes and, you know, little things like that, because I'm super old school. Well, I'm also very old. There's that. But I am able to build relationships by sending people, first of all, handmade cards. In my spare time, I make cards. Like Jasmine, the card I sent you, I made that.
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah. I straight up made that. And so I send handmade cards with handwritten, you know, notes. And that's my thing. That's not something I say everybody else should do. If it's not your thing, don't sweat it. Lizzie, I couldn't get on TikTok. Like, I'm on TikTok, but I watch TikTok. I couldn't do TikToks to save my life. That's a you thing, and it's amazing. But for me, like Pinterest and handwritten notes and things like that, I'm able to build relationships. And yeah, I hit, please stop eating my chicken. Sorry, hang on. Here, y'all don't look at me.
Oh,
She has been dubbed QC Kitty because I cannot get a Scentsy box without this cat sitting on it and inspecting it. But anyway, the Pinterest draws them in, and then I'm able to cultivate the relationships with handwritten cards, or, you know, just a quick text. Hey, you know, I loved seeing you. I had this new scent. Would you please stop eating my chicken?
where's the husband at to come get her?
Work. My husband is on a stretch of 7 days of 14-hour night shifts. Well, it's a 12-hour night shift, but it's a one hour drive to and a 1 hour drive home. So mommy air fried. Anyway, that's what I do. That's how Pinterest works for me. And it's really just SEO optimization.
Okay.
And
That's good to know.
like I said, if you guys are interested, I'll see if I can find the link to a couple of free optimizers, because I know you can pay for them, but we wouldn't be in Scentsy if we were not on a budget. So
yeah, girl.
Mama's cheap. I'm a cheap girl. Stop eating much. Oh my God, if you don't stop eating my chicken.
That's hilarious. So I do have a question. So how do you connect and make those relationships from Pinterest? Because for me, maybe I'm just like very high level using it. Like I see something, I like it, I pin it into my board, and then that's kind of it. Now in the past, I did furniture painting. So I have people who are still going through liking my furniture stuff and finding that Facebook page that I never disconnected and like liking that page. And it's crazy because I'm like, okay, but how's that?
So if you may need to update your Pinterest, I don't know, but if you go to Pinterest and just look at any pin that's there, you can now comment on other people's pins.
Yeah, you can. I saw that.
And that's how I'm connecting, is the people who comment on my pins. I reach out and I'm like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I noticed you liked this and we have that in common. And, you know, stop eating my chicken. And also there's a group that says my cat's eating my chicken, or, you know, whatever. It's like when you're walking through the grocery store, somebody's little girl's got a pair of pink Crocs that have an Ariel pin on the Crocs. Guess what? Boom, boom. You love Ariel. Ariel just
that's me,
out.
girl. That's me, girl. That's me.
Disney ears, girl. And there's your connection. Like there's everybody. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
You
That's
just
awesome.
stole a chunk like this big off my plate.
She's I need her around to eat my food so I can stay on like a slim diet.
Yes, girl. I can send you my cat, Jasmine. I can send you my cat.
Well, okay, I have 3 cats too, but after all the dental
Same,
stuff,
girl.
I have like 6 things I'm allowed to eat right now. Okay, chicken's one of them.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, and as far as connecting with people, being very, very real about your life. Speaking of teeth and dental, Jasmine knows I had major dental surgery about 6 months ago and had all but 4 of my teeth removed. So everything I've got is fake, and it's implant surgery in a transition period with it, but I've been able to connect with so many people that are dealing with dental issues. Once I was able to get past that part about being insanely self-conscious and insecure about it, I was able to connect with folks that are also insecure or also dealing with dental or whatever. And that's a whole other opening to where people are like, you know what, I appreciate you being real about it. Sometimes they become customers. 4 of them I'm currently talking to about possibly joining my team. So you never know.
Yeah.
You know, don't go getting all excited, Jasmine. I see that look. I see you getting excited. No.
Like, yes, Jen, yes, Jen.
At least not till I get back from Puerto Rico next month, and then we'll see. Because I'm not trying to sponsor anybody. Yeah, my husband's family reunion is next month. That's why I can't go to SFR. But I'm not trying to recruit people and then be like, yo, I'm gonna dip out for like a week, and you might hear from me. I don't know.
Listen, but that's what the family's for, right? Because this is what happens, right? So I saw that firsthand. So Heather, she's our SD, she's our star director. If you are in her top whatever, she'll email you. And I love seeing those things from her. When I first started, she was like 10 months pregnant. You know, like she was like super, super pregnant. Not 10 months. I know the numbers, but she was very, very pregnant. And so what ended up happening was when she went out, she took maternity leave. Like every single one of our upline will tell you, take time to yourself, take time for your family, do what you got to do, step away when you need to, and come back refreshed. They will never tell you to push through and keep showing up for your people when you need to be taking that time off for yourself, right? If you have surgery, if you have, kids, whatever. In her case, she was having a baby. And when she had that baby, I think she took a month off from Scentsy, and she had Courtney and another one of her directors under her run the page. And everybody knew, if she had somebody brand new, she handed off to one of those directors to say, here, you help them out while I'm out and down for a month, so that I can spend time with my family and with my new baby. And so that's what they did. And so that's what I've learned is like, if you're going to step away, it's a handoff, like at work, if I'm a nurse manager and I'm going to be away, like if, for example, this is my corporate leash, this is my personal phone. This phone's been going off all day. I left it at home while I'm in real estate school, which is like huge no-no, but I left it at home because I'm like, I can't be distracted. This guy goes fast in his book. So my husband's like, that phone's been going off all damn day. And so I finally decided to look at it right before I jumped on here. And one of my nurses, who was a one-man show at nighttime, was not able to log in from home. And so it's like, she's the reason why patients get admitted into the hospital. I can't not have somebody sitting in that position. And so she's like, I can't log on. I was like, did you try IT? Have you done this? Have you done that? And it's just like, it's crazy. But you have to learn to disconnect. And basically, I'm out for the week. Somebody else should be covering me. Now, are they covering me like they should be? No, because clearly I'm getting messages all damn day.
Yeah, girl.
But that's what we should do. We should do that for one another. We need to cover down. So, if you do have a recruit that's like, I want to join now because I need the income, like I just lost my job yesterday. She needs the income or he needs the income. Then 100% bring them on board. And then I'm here to help support you. Same thing with one of my other teamies. Actually, she and her friend were going to join together. They both wanted to join under me. And I said to her, she joined first. And then I said to her, I was like, why don't you have him join under you? Like, that makes more sense. She was like, no, well, because we both want the same from you. Like we both want your leadership, your mentorship. We want the same perks as if we're both under you. And I said to her, I was like, I'll do that. I don't mind, like have him sign up under you. Then I will still support both of you the same way I would have supported both of you if you were directly under me. And so that's what we did. And that's the right thing to do, and like, I'm not going to sit here and steal a teamie or, if you were like, oh, Jasmine, I have somebody that wants to join, but she has questions that I don't know how to answer. Will you connect with her? I will connect with her or him and we'll have those conversations and they will join under you. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be those shady bee that, other people from other direct sales or other industries can be. It's not how I roll, so that we're here for each other. So.
Well, heads up, I think my son, my middle child, who is also the younger of my 2 sons, may want to join. And you may have a TikTok rival, Lizzie. So I log into TikTok every day and I get to see my half naked son.
Okay, if he's half naked and selling Scentsy, you know, like it could bring in a completely different group.
I mean, he's
that's
6'3" and blonde and blue-eyed and built like a you know what house. And
Okay.
but my thing is, I think for him, a good niche, he's a car guy. And I think he'd be able to pull in a lot of car folks.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But anyway, sorry.
No worries, no worries. No, and this is what it's for, you know? So, all right, guys, do you have any questions regarding sponsorship, like how to get started, how to have those conversations? Jaleesa, do you have any questions? How are you feeling in that area of things?
I'm okay right now. Yes.
But okay.
Well, I'm all in your ears, Jaleesa. I have bride ears upstairs. I have bride mini ears with a little veil because that's where we spent our family moon.
I have Christmas ears too, and then I have 2 new ones that I got for my birthday.
Nice.
Here's a lady I follow on Instagram. We follow each other. I'll have to send you the link for her Instagram page. She makes them from scratch. She's a
God, I want to cut those ears.
And she just did ears if all the Disney princesses were from Bridgerton.
Ooh.
I know.
Oh my God, girl. You gotta send me that, girl, because I want to go and check her out.
I will. She's amazing. And I believe she's a cancer survivor. She's completely bald.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
I think she's survivor. Yeah. So yeah, I'll send it to you.
Great.
I'm sorry, Jasmine. I talked too much.
Oh my gosh, no worries, no worries. I was trying to find where my Zoom screen went so that I could at least disconnect from the Facebook Live.
Don't click leave. I've been told that that's a bad button to click.
Yes, girl, that is.
Some reason it keeps kicking you out. I don't know why.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect from YouTube for now, so we can just kind of chat.